Welcome back to the channel. This your boy Rich Latta here, back with another video. Appreciate all the love and support on the videos. It was a historic day. Carver-Hawkeye Arena played host to the Indiana Fever versus the Brazilian national team. It's currently in the fourth quarter as I'm recording this, but this game is well out of hand as the Fever are up 92-35. Caitlin Clark just checked out of the game, presumably for the final time today, and the Fever have pretty much dominated this thing from the get-go. I believe, the first 10 points of the game for each side were about even, and then just kind of took off from there. This is just felt like such an important and special game for the Indiana Fever, for Caitlin Clark. Walking back into Carver-Hawkeye, it felt like Jesus was coming back. Like the whole crowd was all standing up together, clapping. You could see the 22 logo imprinted on the floor. Caitlin basically bowed out of the game by being about 2 or 3 feet behind that and hitting a shot from there. I believe she's going to finish with 16, 6, and 5. Was moving the ball around a lot. The offense looked way better today against Brazil than it did against the Mystics for obvious reasons. If this team, can play anything close to this is a much improved, very dangerous team. It is preseason, and it is, I don't know the level of skill that the Brazilian national team, if they're equivalent to a college team or if they're considered like a pro level team. I'm not sure about that. So you can only take so much from that. But just from some of the concepts that we're seeing, the ball movement is incredible. Michaela Timpson impressed me a lot just from being able to defend on the perimeter, get the passes in the open court, and finish. I think she's a lock to make this team, and I would be utterly shocked if that was not the case. Caitlin pretty much controlled this game like a maestro. Lots of great assists, backdoor cuts, a lot of that stuff. Kelsey Mitchell got involved in the action today in a much more effective way. I was not worried about her not shooting the ball well at all. She said in her press conference, she puts in that work. Sometimes it doesn't go in. And this was a game that they all dropped pretty much for. One thing that I did notice, which I think that WNBA teams will eventually try to employ as a way to kind of slow this Fever team down with this explosive offense and all these weapons. I think they're going to try to post up Caitlin Clark. That's going to be a strategy that I think the teams are going to employ. As far as like what that would do, that would make Caitlin have to be involved in whatever action is happening and take the punishment, take the hits. And also, they usually want to find her to, either let her get the rebound or find her immediately. If she's like kind of tangled up with whoever's, beating her up on the block or something like that, it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. So I would think the Fever would scheme against that. I don't think this is anything the coaching staff isn't aware of, but I just noticed that in the first quarter, and I think that could be a tactic that other teams could find useful against the Fever. The Fever just scored their 97th point of the game. As I mentioned, I think Caitlin's done for the day along with all the other starters. All the bench players are hanging out. I thought DeWanna Bonner looked great in this, kind of deciding to wreak havoc in passing lanes or run the floor. And, the ball is just waiting for her. She's going to do so much damage just off of being able to be the recipient of just incredible outlet passes. We got a preview in the All-Star game last year, and that I think really is going to shine through this year. I do want to see more out of Aaliyah Boston going forward. I don't know if the team is going to necessarily play in a way that favors her style once again, but I think she's done a good job evolving from the beginning of last season to this year. As the game was going on earlier, I was on a stream with Mark and Rob, if you want to go see some of our live reactions to this. And, I kind of brought up, and I believe maybe Rob had brought it up, that her first 2 years in the league, she didn't really have any vets around her, did not have the greatest coaching staff to be able to help her develop those skills beyond anything that she had already, came into the league with. And then when Caitlin Clark arrives, she's going to be responsible for moving the ball more. She's going to be responsible for setting picks, dropping the ball off, making decisions. it's not just going to be dumping the ball down and you make a decision and we'll live with whatever you do. So I want to see how Stephanie White can get the most out of Aaliyah Boston. But this was just a really cool game. Not really too much on the analysis side. Like I said, this was a beat 'em down, belt to ass special. And I think it was more notable for the environment, for the moment of Caitlin coming back to her college arena. I believe they put just about 15,000 in the building. I saw a couple people in the comments previously talking about the numbers from the game yesterday. I don't know. I usually don't pay attention to that stuff, but you guys made me kind of take a look today. And I just see like this is the prodigal child returning back to the place where she became legendary. So I think that's cool anytime, we can get the games like that. Like I would have loved to see what it was like, to see Michael Jordan go back to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, to play a game with the Bulls. I kind of got a similar feeling what that would be like here. So they even wore the white jerseys, which are kind of the closest thing that they have to Iowa jerseys to kind of signify they were the home team. As far as Brazil, no one really stood out for me, like from their side. They just kind of all were there getting whooped on. So this was either way, it was a nice weekend for basketball for the Fever. I think the Fever learned a lot about some of their rotations, their younger players. I think they learned, kind of what they look like without Caitlin Clark in those minutes. I think Sophie Cunningham had a great weekend. I think that we learned that this is not the same team as last year, and they're ready to take a major step forward in their development. And I think it's just really cool to see the energy that they play with, the passion that they're playing with. And this is not just some ragtag group anymore that we all just loved. This is just a really high quality team, I think. And I look forward to seeing the rest, as it looks like they just scored their 100th point of the game against Brazil. I do not believe the Chicago Sky did as well against Brazil as Indiana is right now. So as I said, I don't know the level Brazil is at, but this is a pretty notable beatdown. I don't think they'll have a win this lopsided the rest of the year. So I think I'm going to enjoy the last 6 minutes of this game, and hopefully you did as well. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll holler at you guys next time. Leave any comments if you got any questions you'd like me to answer about the Indiana Fever in a future video. We're going to be looking more at some preview type stuff. I think I got some good information to work with as far as these two games, and we're going to be talking more about over and unders. We're going to try to plot out every win and loss on the schedule this year, just how I kind of see it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the game. Anyway, my name is Rich Latta. I'm up out of here. I'll holler at you guys. Peace. One lifetime.